get stronger. They want you without power. Pull yourself up while you drown. Life was never fair, but they made sure to be there. You want to pursue happiness, they want you trapped behind the glass while trying to do right by your family. They plot the destruction of you and me. Stronger, they want you without power. Pull yourself up while you drown. Life was never fair, but they made sure to be there. The power has corrupted all, like the one true ring it befell us all. Where's the line? Nothing here is fine. I can hardly make a dime. Get away with crime. Work harder while you try your hardest, get stronger. While they cripple you, pull yourself up while they hold you down. Life was never fair, but they made sure to be there to show how much they don't care. Where's the line? Nothing here is fine. I can hardly make a dime while people get away with crime. Work harder while you try your hardest, get stronger while they cripple you. Pull yourself up while they hold you down. Life was never fair, but they made sure to be there to show how much they don't care. Kick you while you're down. Make sure no one else is around. Don't stand up. We can't have disobedience. You'll need to follow their command. Where's the line? Nothing here is fine. I can hardly make a dime while people get away with crime. It won't be long now, the time grows near. It's something we've all feared. Now's the time before they steal every last dime. Work harder.
Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It feels a little weird coming in on a Tuesday because I didn't do anything yesterday. Well, that's not true. I did a lot of things yesterday. I had a lot of errands to take care of. That's why there was no show yesterday. That and I was hanging out with some friends and some people. So I just needed the day to myself. I'm back though, and we have a lot of news to cover. I see we got a bunch of people in the chat today. What's up, Tinkerer, Rage Flowers? How's it going, Fishy? I see Fishy was talking about the song at the beginning there. I love that song, the Work Harder song. Absolutely amazing. Son of Wiggum, what's up? Guido and Bach, how's it going, guys? Good morning, everybody. So speaking of you know, while people get away with crime, I can hardly make a dime. I think this is a perfect way to start the. Why are you gay? That's probably because I'm in California. I don't know what to tell you there. What's up, Rambo? Greetings from AZ, Arizona. What's up? So I think the perfect one to start with, the perfect story to start with here, guys, is gonna have to be this one here. Let's. Oh wait. Ooh, I almost made a mistake. Because I guarantee you if I switch to this window, yep, it doesn't have the right window up. Let me fix that before I switch over to for you guys. Let's see. This one. All right. Now we can transition. Boom. All right, so I think this is the perfect story to start with because it brings up a few good questions. So we have this from... Oh, wait, here. I got to hit this little button over here. We have this from The Guardian. I think it's a perfect story to start out with because it brings up a lot of good questions, a lot of good conversations here. California police stumped after trying to ticket driverless car for an illegal U-turn. San Bruno officers pull over Waymo, but say ticket wasn't issued as our citation books don't have a box for robot. Well, I have the answer to this, but we're going to read on here. If a driver makes an illegal U-turn, but no one is behind the wheel, if no one is behind the wheel, does the car still get a ticket? A police department in California grappled with this existential question last week. Yes. Yes, they still get they shouldn't be allowed to commit driving violations and not get ticketed. If I get ticketed for doing it, why is it that a robot doesn't? And I have the answer. Oh, well, how are you going to ticket a Waymo car? How are you going to ticket the robot? You ticket the company. It's got Waymo written all over it. You have body cam, you have dash cam. Take the license plate, do everything you can to document who has it, who owns it, and then ticket Waymo. Like, hey, we got one of your cars committing infractions. Fix your shit. Like, it should be that simple. There shouldn't be, there's no driver. We can't ticket anybody. Oh, that's BS, because the people responsible for the car is Waymo. So you ticket Waymo. Like, obviously, it's not going to be a massive hit to Waymo. You send them depending on the ticket here in California, it'd be quite expensive for the average person. But for a company like Waymo, it's not going to be a massive hit on them, but it might incentivize them to fix some of these issues. But if they don't have any repercussions, what's the incentive besides not causing accidents? But if they're still avoiding causing accidents, but crossing over double yellows or doing U-turns where they shouldn't, I think there should still be punishment for that, because I would get in trouble if I did it. Why is it that they don't? Why is it that the company doesn't? I don't like that. During a DUI enforcement operation, officers in San Bruno pulled over a car without anyone behind the wheel after the autonomous vehicle made an illegal U-turn at a light. A post by the San Bruno Police Department on Saturday shows an officer looking into a Waymo, the leading autonomous ride-hailing vehicle in the San Francisco Bay Area, after stopping the signature white car. Since there was no human driver, a ticket couldn't be issued. Our citation books don't have a box for robot, reads the post. The department said that it had alerted Waymo of the glitch and that hopefully the reprogramming will keep it from making any more illegal moves. In a statement, Waymo said the company's autonomous driving system, the Waymo Driver, is designed to respect the rules of the road. We are looking into the situation and are committed to improving road safety through our ongoing learnings and experience, reads a statement sent to The Guardian. Again, they're responsible. They're claiming that it is designed to respect the rules of the road. So if it does not respect the rules of the road, they should be held responsible for that. You ticket the company, or you ticket the head of the company, the CEO. What if it has to be a single person that you ticket the CEO? That's what I think. How's it going, Lynch? First signs of AI uprising. I know they're getting out of tickets, man. Look, they're getting out of tickets. This is absolutely an uprising. Last year, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed into law a bill that allows police officers to issue a notice of noncompliance if a driverless car breaks traffic laws. The law goes into effect in July 2026. The law also requires companies to set up an emergency phone line for first responders. Oh, that's actually good. That would actually be really good. At the minimum, we should have that, right? But I still think you should ticket the company or the CEO. The bill was introduced by Assemblyman Phil Ting of San Francisco amid several incidents in the city, including driverless cars blocking traffic, dragging a pedestrian, interfering with fire trucks, and entering active crime scenes. See, that's a scary one. If they hit someone and they start dragging them, how are they going to know to stop? With the new law, first responders can order a company to move autonomous vehicles out of an area, and the company has 2 minutes to direct its cars to leave or avoid that area. Wow, that's not a lot of time. You guys better be watching that. The San Bruno Police Department, in response to people who believed officers were being lenient, reaffirmed there's legislation in the works that will allow officers to issue the company notices. Waymo Cars, which launched a project under Google's X Research Lab in 2009, operate through external cameras and sensors. The company has also its share of problems in the past, including a recall of more than 1,200 of its vehicles earlier this year over a software issue that was causing collisions with chains, gates, and other stationary road barriers. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration also launched an investigation into the company last year after the agency received 22 reports of Waymo vehicles acting erratically or potentially violating traffic safety laws. Again, the company should be ticketed for these infractions. They are responsible for these vehicles. What do you guys think in the chat? absolutely the company should be responsible for these. Why is it that you or I, when we're driving in the street, if we do any one of these things, hitting barriers, slamming through chain link fences, doing illegal U-turns, or acting erratically on the road, we could lose our licenses, or we could get a massive ticket or fine? Why is it that the company is exempt from that? Because they don't have anyone behind the wheel. If I hook up my car with a remote control and I remote control it from my room, and then I get pulled over, would I still get a ticket? The answer would probably be yes. The moment they find out that I'm remote controlling the car, they'd be like, yeah, you would. You would absolutely. So it doesn't make any sense, Wiggum. It doesn't make any sense to not ticket Waymo or the people responsible at the company. Or how about this? Even easier. Whoever's shift it is that night to watch the vehicles, ticket them. It should be that simple. We got 34 people in here, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button if you want to support me and all that good stuff. It needs to be a tangible penalty, not just a fine, though. Yeah. Well, the illegal U-turn, right? Like, we can lose our license if we get too many points. Yeah, I hope I haven't seen the new law that they're talking about, the one that's supposed to go into effect next July. But I would hope that that's the case. If the company just gets a notice, they're just like, oh, by the way, your vehicle did an illegal U-turn. Anyway, have a nice day. And then they just keep coming back again and again. Oh, your car did this, your car did that, your car did this. Is there like at a point where you get too many strikes and they're going to fine you? Or is it just like, whatever? Oh, that could be rough. I could see the company getting fired or fined, but I don't know how you could fine the employee. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I'm just throwing off what's at the top of my head. I would hope that it'd be the higher ups, the people responsible for like the coding and stuff or whatever. But either way, they have a responsibility for the safety of these cars. If these are driving around with AI or whatever robot, they need to be safe, and they need to follow traffic laws just like the rest of us. There are 26 of you in here watching. Like our dude's video, help a brother out. Oh, there's 33 in here now. Hell yeah, guys. Let's see, what else you guys? Hit that like button, people. Yep. Yeah, I just think it's ridiculous that Waymo just gets away with this. But I guess we'll see how that new law affects them. They need a hierarchy of safety oversight, I would think. Yeah, something like that would be good, too. Hierarchy of safety. Anyway, let's move back over to my desk. Guys, wait, we're only at 3 likes? Whoa. Guys, we're only at 3 likes? Hit that like button. What do I gotta do to make you guys hit that like button, huh? Oh, well, now it says we're at 10 on Rumble. Now it says we're at 10. Oh, I guess it just needs to catch up. Come on, catch up, like goal. Catch up. I need a sandwich. I had a delicious sandwich yesterday. Absolutely delicious sandwich. There's a place in California called Desert Deli. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. I mean, once upon a time, I missed my exit on the highway, and my G-Maps told me to U-turn in the cops' turnaround. I passed like 2 to 3 of them, and then realized that the next exit was 30 minutes down. Damn. That's crazy. So I U-turned and a cop came over the hill right as I did. Yikes. Yep. That's unfortunate. I don't believe it is right to ticket the employee of the company. I would say if the car is not obeying traffic laws or operating properly, should be pulled from the road until operational. Yeah, but what if it's a computer? Like, what if it's a problem with their systems? So it's not just the car, it's all of the cars. It's how all of them operate. Lynch Mob said 31 haters in here. No, you guys are here to just hang out. It's fine. Fines should be applied to the company. Yes, I think that would be the best option. Is just a blanket fine for the company. Company has to pay it from their coffers. I think that'd be the best way to do it. Well, since we're talking about cars, I will move to another story that's absolutely hilarious. But before we move to this other story that I thought was absolutely hilarious, I want to talk about yesterday. I was driving around, running errands with the girlfriend, and this lady, man, I don't know what she thought she was doing, but near where I live, we have an area that, like, it's a little bit of a windy road that goes through a business district or business area. Like, there's a bunch of different stores around here and plazas, and this windy road, it's a normal road. You can go like 40, 50 miles per hour down it, and it's fine. Like, it's just a weird little road to go through all these businesses. but it has a divider in the middle of it, concrete divider, and then some parts it has like cone dividers. And this lady was coming out from Starbucks, I assume, or somewhere over there, and she turned into oncoming traffic. Like, we watched her do it. She turned into oncoming traffic when you can only make a right turn. She makes a left, realizes her mistake, has no room to back up, so she's trying to make a 3-point turn in an area where she can't, because she can't even do like a 6-point turn there, because there's literally just not enough room. So then she basically just throws her car into reverse and then ends up getting it up over the curb, probably messing up her car pretty good because it was not a small curb. And then I think she got stuck because I didn't stick around to watch this whole mess unfold. I was just watching the beginning part and I was like, all right, that's enough. This lady's clearly an idiot. I'm getting out of here. She wasn't blocking me, but oh man, was she creating a traffic jam down this road? Oh man, that was hilarious. And then some older lady gets out of her car, parks her car in a spot that's not supposed to be parked, leaves her door open, and then she walks over and she's like trying to block traffic, like directing traffic, and trying to get this lady off the curb when she's clearly stuck now, and it was just a whole mess. Point being, women shouldn't drive. No, I'm joking. Even though they were both women. I am joking. There are plenty of good women drivers. It's just funny. Anyway, speaking of bad women drivers, I think we should jump to this next story because holy crap, this is funny. Let's jump to this next story, guys. We have this next story from the Daily Mail. Instant karma. Anti-ICE protester gets instant karma as she confronts agents arresting man in Massachusetts. An anti-ICE protester was met with instant karma in Massachusetts when she forgot to put her car in park when she stepped out to berate agents as they conducted an arrest. How do you forget to put the brake on? Like, I get you're driving an automatic, right? But you should know that the moment you let off that brake pedal, the car's gonna start moving unless it's in park. Like, you're just so filled with rage that you forget to put on the parking brake? The woman, who has not been identified, was so distracted by yelling at agents as they arrested an illegal immigrant that she didn't notice her car had started to roll behind her. It ultimately crashed into a lake and began sinking. An immigration and customs enforcement source told Fox News. The insider shared a short video and picture of the incident, which caught the moment the panicked woman reacted to her sunken car. The woman, wearing a pink shirt and cardigan, stares at her silver car as the front sinks further into the water. She paces up and down the hill and repeatedly checks her phone as the ICE agents continue their arrest. Well, that sucks. Look at that, Lucy. Her car got lost. A voice behind the camera says. Some dude probably telling his daughter or something like, oh, damn, look at that. The incident took place in Upton, Massachusetts, about 40 miles west of Boston, which has also been gripped by anti-ICE protests. Video of the incident sparked a wave of commentary about the woman's instant karma. Rarely is karma so punctual and focused, one person noted. Another suggested ICE should arrest her for polluting a lake. Honestly, I mean, she probably should get ticketed or fined or something, because that's negligence on her part. Absolutely, that's negligence on her part. So I would be fine giving her a fine. You know, you lose your car and get a fine. I think that'd be hilarious. That's what you get for being an idiot. Let's see. Immigrants are being detained while going to work outside. Wait. Oh, did I pass something? Yeah, Trump ramped up operations in so-called sanctuary cities, including Boston, this month as he seeks to rid America of illegal immigration. Immigrants are being detained while going to work outside courthouses and at store parking lots across the city as ICE agents track down targets. Just north of Boston, the city of Everett canceled its annual Hispanic Heritage Month festival after its mayor said it wouldn't be right to hold a celebration at a time when community members may not feel safe attending. No, you should host it, and then we'll check ID for everybody. The U.S. Department of Justice on September 4th filed a lawsuit against Mayor Michelle Wu, the city of Boston, and its police department over its sanctuary city policies, claiming they're interfering with immigration enforcement. In response, Wu accused Trump of attacking cities to hide his administration's failures. No, you guys are breaking federal law, and you're... I mean, think about how ridiculous this is. Can we set up sanctuary cities for the Second Amendment? Just be like, oh yeah, the National Firearms Act doesn't apply here. You can have whatever you want. You can have any weapon you want. We're a sanctuary state for weapons. You can have all the weapons you want. No, the federal government would come in and immediately stop that because it's going against federal law. And they would probably see it as dangerous or whatever. But point being, when these states, we have sanctuary states that are like, oh, we'll just have marijuana, even though I support marijuana, it's not federally legal, and these states are defying federal law. And then you have the sanctuary state, sanctuary city stuff, absolutely ridiculous. Harboring non-citizens in your city and saying F you to the government and protecting them is wild, absolutely wild. To think that they have the right to do that is insane, because they don't have that right. Earlier this month, ICE launched an operation it called Patriot 2.0 on the heels of a May crackdown where nearly 1,500 immigrants were detained in Massachusetts. Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said the Boston surge would focus on the worst of the worst criminal illegal aliens living in Massachusetts. Sanctuary policies like those pushed by Mayor Wu not only attract and harbor criminals, but protect them at the peril of law-abiding American citizens. Absolutely. Hear, hear. Yeah, illegals should not be here, because when they commit crimes here, it's even worse because they shouldn't have been here in the first place. It's one thing to have an American citizen commit a crime because they were supposed to be here. That's a failure on society. It's a failure on themselves. But when an illegal immigrant gets into the country and they commit a crime, that's just a failure on all of us because they shouldn't have been here in the first place. But here she is. I don't know why the camera quality is so garbage, but here's the video.
Look at this, Lucy. Her car got lost.
That's what you get, lady. And I love how ICE walks by in front of this dude's camera.
Her car got lost.
Wow. ICE don't care either. They don't give a shit. That's what you get, lady. You know, maybe if you weren't yelling at them and something similar happened where your car got lost in the lake, maybe one of them would rush over with a tow hitch or something and try to yank it out before it goes further. But no, they're not going to help you. Why would they help you after you were berating them? They have no obligation to either way, but bunch of yellow belly chickens. Bok, 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 bok. That is what happens when you text a video to someone from Apple to Android or vice versa. Well, that's because Android is superior. Everyone should have Android. Only 22 haters, 10 of us have hit the like button. Well, because, you know, those of you that hit the like button are the real supporters. Well, 13 of you now. Look at that. We're almost there. We need 2 more people to hit the like button, and then you guys will get the grunt birthday sound effect. Go, yay! But anyway, let's see. We can move things along here. Move things along. Got some other stories we could talk about. What would be a good follow-up to that story? How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope you guys had a good Monday. I know a lot of you like to tune in and get your news from me, but I you know, like I said, I was busy. I was busy. Had to figure some things out. I recently applied for unemployment because looking for jobs here in California is hard as fuck. Lots of places saying that they're hiring, and then you go and talk to them, and they're not hiring. They're just accepting applications just in case someone quits or gets fired. And it's really, really annoying. So you just go and apply, and they don't contact you for the next like 5 to 6 months. And then eventually you'll get something in your email being like, oh yeah, by the way, you weren't selected. And it's like, great, awesome. Yeah, I've been looking at other places too. And they all say the same thing. Anyway, first thing I'm going to do with my unemployment check that I get is I'm going to fix my car because I need to fix my car. And that's the main thing on my mind right now is getting my car fixed. Let's see. What should I talk about next? That's a crazy story. This is something from this morning. We could talk about this from this morning, I think. Did you fix your car? No, I need money to fix my car. God damn it. Also, there's even more issues with it now, Tinkerer. It's got an oil leak and it's out of oil, so I need to go buy oil too. So I'm just not driving it at the moment. My company is hiring people. Do you want to move to Indiana? No, I refuse to move out of California. I have family here that I will not abandon. Maybe when they're no longer with us, I would consider that, but no. I am going to Idaho in about 2 weeks. I'm going to go visit my brother in Idaho, and that'll be interesting. I don't know how I'm going to run the show from Idaho. I do plan on doing the show still, so it'll be interesting how we'll figure that out. I'm just gonna have to figure out some OBS stuff, and also figure out they can come to. No, it's a family home too. My grandfather literally built it brick by brick, so I don't want to see that going to some commie's hands. It's bad you aren't closer. I would work on it for you. Well, thank you, Guido. I appreciate that. But I have some good people that'll help me work on it. I just need some capital, some money, because there's I need parts and oil and stuff. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let's see, what do I want to talk about? Idaho is full of what, Tinkerer? My mom's fantasy home is now in a national park in Washington State. Oh, well, wait, did I say fantasy? I said family. My mom's family home is now in a national park. So they designated it a national park? Sounds crazy. Interesting. All right, let's move over to this, because this is from this morning. Apparently, Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth addressed all of the highest-ranking military generals and commanders in a massive meeting. So this is from the post-millennial, quote, "Prepare for war. Pete Hegseth announces new mission, high standards for U.S. Armed Forces." He announced, I didn't even click the button over here to start record. Guys, we got to start over. Because I didn't click the button. Got this from the post-millennial. "Prepare for war. Pete Hegseth announces new mission, high standards for U.S. Armed Forces." He announced 10 new directives, including that the highest male standard will be in place for all of those in the armed forces. Good. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth spoke to military leaders in Quantico on Tuesday morning, letting them know just what the change from Department of Defense to Department of War really means. The new mission of the War Department, he said, is preparing for war. See, I don't know if I like that. Fighting, preparing for war, and preparing to win. Unrelenting and uncompromising in that pursuit, not because we want war. No one here wants war. But it's because we love peace, Hegseth said. The mission is alongside his intense effort to eliminate wokeness from the military, which is an element in the armed forces that the administration believes puts servicemen and women at risk. Well, it is. But so I guess that's fair. So they're not saying prepare for war because we're going to start a war. They're saying prepare for war in case there ever is one. Hegseth, the only people who deserve peace are those who are willing to wage war to defend it.
Truth. To ensure peace, we must prepare for war. From this moment forward, the only mission of the newly restored Department of War is this: warfighting. Preparing for war and preparing to win. Unrelenting and uncompromising in that pursuit. Not because we want war. No one here wants war.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Pete. I wouldn't be so sure about that. There's a lot of warmongers.
But it's because we love peace. We love peace for our fellow citizens. They deserve peace, and they rightfully expect us to deliver it. Our number one job, of course, is to be strong so that we can prevent war in the first place. The president talks about it all the time. It's called peace through strength. And as history teaches us, the only people who actually deserve peace are those who are willing to wage war to defend it. That's why pacifism is so naive and dangerous. It ignores human nature and it ignores human history. Either you protect your people and your sovereignty, or you will be subservient to something or someone. It's a truth as old as time. And since waging war is so costly in blood and treasure, we owe our republic a military that will win any war we choose.
Man, that's a fire speech by Pete Hegseth. I want to play this one too. What's this?
Precision and ferocity of the War Department. In other words, to our enemies, F-A-F-O. If necessary, our troops can translate that for you. Another way to put it is peace through strength, brought to you by the warrior ethos. And we are restoring both.
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. FAFO, that should be the motto of our military. We should be so capable that our enemies don't even think about threatening us. And if they ever do, they find out. He announced 10 new directives, including the highest male standard will be in place for all of those in the armed forces. A combat field test will also come into place. That must be executable in any environment at any time with combat equipment. We become the woke department, but not anymore.
For too long, we've promoted too many uniformed leaders for the wrong reasons. Based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts. We've pretended that combat arms and non-combat arms are the same thing. We've weeded out so-called toxic leaders under the guise of double-blind psychology assessments, promoting risk-averse, go-along-to-get-along conformists instead. You name it, the department did it. Foolish and reckless political leaders set the wrong compass heading, and we lost our way. We became the woke department, but not anymore.
Everyone to be held to the highest male standards. Pete Hegseth also announces each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only. Yes, that's how it should be. The fact that we even lowered standards for people was disgusting. It was ridiculous. The things that I had heard from the military, I mean, talk about pull-ups. People can't even do... Guys, I have massive back problems. I don't talk about this often because it's... I mean, what's the point, right? Who wants to hear me talk about how much pain I'm in every day? No, none of you do. Point being, I would be in the military probably right now. Well, maybe not because of the vaccine stuff, but I would be in the military right now would it not be for my back issues. And I have other issues too, but it's primarily the back issues. I can't carry a 100-pound rucksack. But even I, probably because I have to, can do multiple pull-ups. I can do 10 to 20 pull-ups. It should be normal for a guy to be able to do a minimum of 5 to 10 pull-ups. Minimum 5 to 10 pull-ups. Guys should be able to do drop and give me 20 instantly. You should be able to drop and give anyone 20 immediately. That's just American citizens should be able to do that. Not even our military. And then for our military should be held to an even higher standard. 30, 40 push-ups, 20 pull-ups. They need to be the strongest and the best that they could be. And if we're lowering the standards so that we can be more inclusive, well, guess what you're including? You're including weakness. You're including weakness when you do that. Do we want weakness in our military? Do we want our enemies to look over at us and be like, yeah, I could take them? No. No, we want our enemies to look at us and be like, yeah, don't fuck with him. Don't fuck with him because that won't go well. But if they're looking at us and they're like, oh, dude, look at the wimps that they're letting in their military, they'll be more likely to attack us because they think they'll be able to convince their people that we're weak. If we have all these weak people in our military, it makes us look weak as a whole. So we need to have the highest standards. Did I play this one? I played this one, right?
Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only. Because this job is life or death. Standards must be met. And not just met, at every level, we should seek to exceed the standard.
Hell yeah, thank you guys. Woo! Like button. Thank you guys. Look, I don't mean to call you guys out on this. This is just a fact. Americans are fat and lazy, and a lot of people don't work out, don't have, or they say they don't have the time to work out, whatever it is. Lift heavy objects. Just when you're sitting down watching TV, sit there, lift some heavy objects. Look, I have a weight right by my foot. Get yourself a 15-pounder. Get yourself a 15-pounder and do some of these every once in a while. Every once in a while, just pull it out. It doesn't need to be like anything crazy. Just pull it out, pull the 15-pounder out. Just sit here and do one of these for a little bit. Go until you're tired, and then you switch arms. It's not that hard, guys. It's not that hard to exercise. Look, I have to exercise because if I don't, I will be in more back pain than I am in now. So it's not really an option for me. Either I work out or I sit in pain. Tyler, is that a shake weight? No, it's just the camera's cutting it out. It is not a shake weight. It's actually my great-grandfather's 15-pound weight. I keep it by my foot because every once in a while I'll get bored and I'll lift it. But it helps my back because my back is constantly in pain, and if I'm exercising, that's the best way. Are you a shake weight or something? No, it's not shake weight. Yep, it's best to start small anyways, build it up slowly. Yeah, if you can't do the 15, then get a 5 or a 10. Do whatever you can start with. I know. Everyone can do something. Absolutely. Find heavy object. Me exercising. Yeah, shake it. Shake it. I love that little pug emote, bro. You guys, I think you guys can see it up here. Can you see the emotes? Oh, I don't know if it shows the emotes. Damn. Well, I was lazy and I got bad out of shape, but now back to lifting and I've changed the way I eat. Lost 40 pounds since August 21st, but still got 100 to go, and I feel so much better already. Hey, congrats, Guido. Hey, guys. Clap for Guido. Hell yeah, Guido. Keep it up, dude. All of us should be striving to be as healthy as we can be, striving to work out and exercise. You want to be ready for the world, guys. And it's not even just about an invading country. Think about when you're out on the street. How many stories have we seen recently of people getting attacked on the street or getting, into fights and stuff? You want to be able, you don't want to, right? But you need to be capable of defending yourself or defending others. And if you're not capable of doing either of those, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because you absolutely need to be ready for the world, because the world will come for you. You need to be ready, especially in the tumultuous time that we're in. Each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest mil standard only because this job is life or death. Standards must be met, and not just met. At every level, we should seek to exceed the standard, to push the envelope, to compete. It's common sense and core to who we are and what we do, and it should be in our DNA. Fitness test. We are also adding a combat field test to combat arm units that must be executable in any environment, at any time, and with combat equipment. Let's see. I'm also directing that the warfighters and combat jobs execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral age norm, male standard, scored above 70%. It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. At my direction, every member of the Joint Force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year. Every year of service, also, today at my direction, every warrior across our Joint Force is required to do PT every duty day. Should be common sense. So he's saying that everyone in the military, if you're in the military, you need to be fit, healthy, and you need to exercise. You guys need to exercise. You can't be a part of the chair force and sit on your ass all day and get away with not working out anymore. That's not gonna fly anymore, and it shouldn't. You're in the military, damn it. Act like it.
With physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War
No.
can do regular
Whoa.
hard PT, so can every member.
Turn that off. What the hell? Why would you even put that in there, post-millennial? Why would you even... That's a terrible noise. That just pissed me off. Anyway, let's go down here. Is it going to do it here?
Any place
Okay,
where
there.
tried and true physical standards were altered, especially since 2015 when combat arms standards were changed to ensure females could qualify, must be returned to their original standard. Other standards have been manipulated to hit racial quotas as well, which is just as unacceptable. This too must end. Merit only. The president talks about it all the time. Merit-based. Here are two.
Yes. Everything in life should be based on merit. Nothing should be given to you without merit. If you're a good person, you do the hard work, you should get the position. You should not be given a lesser standard so that we can include you. No. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous idea, and that's what you get from commies, I guess. They think everything should be equal. What is it that they say? To each their need. From one's ability or something like so. I forget the quote. I don't care to memorize commie quotes. But each according to their need, from each according to their ability. I think is something like that. But that's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous idea, and that's how you end up with a bunch of lazy people. I think Tim has talked about it before. if you have a classroom full of people, right, and you have like a handful of smart people and then a bunch of idiots, and then the teacher decides, okay, we're gonna just do one blanket grade for the entire class. Okay, well then you do the test, you hand it out. Smart people ace the test, get 100% right. Other people lower down the line, not as smart, didn't study as much, or you got the people in the back that literally just don't want to do anything. So then you get your grade. Well, now the A+ people get C pluses, B minuses, whatever. What happens on the next test? Everyone gets an F. It'll just keep going down and down and down, because why would the people at the top try when the people at the bottom get their grade too? The answer is they won't try. Why would anyone try if the outcome doesn't change? If you're doing all this hard work and then your work is being brought down by others, why would you continue to try? No, it should all be based on merit from the individual. Let's see what. Damn, they talked a lot today. There's a lot going on today, huh? All right, let's play these 3 videos and we'll wrap it up here. I'll read your guys' comments.
We are attacking and ending the walking on eggshells and zero defect command culture. A risk-averse culture means officers execute not to lose instead of to win. A risk-averse culture means NCOs are not empowered to enforce standards. Commanders and NCOs don't take necessary risks or make tough adjustments for fear of rocking the boat or making mistakes. A blemish-free record is what peacetime leaders covet the most, which is the worst of all incentives. We, as senior leaders, need to end the poisonous culture of risk aversion and empower our NCOs at all levels to enforce standards. Truth be told, for the most part, we don't need new standards. We just need to reestablish a culture where enforcing standards is possible. And that's why today, at my direction, I'm issuing new policies that will overhaul the IG, EO, and MEO processes. I call it the No More Walking on Eggshells policy. We are liberating commanders and NCOs. We are liberating you. We are overhauling an inspector general process, the IG, that has been weaponized, putting complainers, ideologues, and poor performers in the driver's seat. We're doing the same with the equal opportunity and military equal opportunity policies, the EO and MEO at our department. No more frivolous complaints, no more anonymous complaints, no more repeat complainants, no more smearing reputations, no more endless waiting, no more legal limbo, no more sidetracking careers, no more walking on eggshells. Of course, being a racist has been illegal in our formation since 1948. The same goes for sexual harassment. Both are wrong, and
why did it cut it there? Okay. Anyway, I mean, he was on to something there. Both are wrong. Yes, both are wrong. They have no place in the military. But that does not mean we lower our standards.
But I suspect.
Whoa.
I know. The overwhelming majority of you feel the opposite.
I'm only getting audio on my left one. That's weird.
Full. You love the War Department because you love what you do, the profession of arms. You are hereby liberated to be an apolitical, hard-charging, no-nonsense, constitutional leader that you joined the military to be. We need you locked in on the M, not the D, the E, or the I, not the DEI or the DIE of dime. By that I mean the M, military, of the instruments of national power. We have entire departments across the government dedicated to diplomatic, informational, and economic lines of...
Okay, and then last one.
You are different. We fight not because we hate what's in front of us. We fight because we love what's behind us. You see, the Ivy League faculty lounges will never understand us, and that's okay. Because they could never do what you do. The media will mischaracterize us, and that's okay. Because deep down they know the reason they can do what they do is you. In this profession, you feel comfortable inside the violence so that our citizens can live peacefully. Lethality is our calling card, and victory our only acceptable end state.
Well, it seems like Pete Hegseth had a pretty fire speech today. A lot of good clips are going to be going around from that. I know Donald Trump was speaking there today as well. That happened this morning, so I didn't get to watch it live. But Post Millennial, that was pretty good article from Post Millennial. What are you guys saying in the chat here? Be honest, Phil Labonte got me off my ass just talking on Timcast. Hell yeah, man. Damn, y'all kind of got me pumped up, and I was going to take a rest day. Sorry, Rage Flowers. Def going out after this. Sorry, man. The wife and I are setting up a home gym in the basement of our new house, moving next week, planning on getting fit again. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, Rage Flower says, heck yeah. Every morning, first thing you do before you go to the bathroom, do 5 push-ups, do it every day, treat push-ups like you brush your teeth. Well, the problem with that killing its sense is I have IBS, so usually the first thing I do when I roll out of bed is immediately go to the bathroom, so I don't have time to do that. Maybe after I go to the bathroom, I can do that, yeah. I try to do at least like 20 push-ups every other day or every couple days. Sometimes I get too busy, I forget. Let's see. My 12-year-old son is part of my change as well. He is playing football, he is working out, and he is a few months from his black belt, and he pushes me, gotta do it for the kids. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Killington? Some people don't brush their... Oh, you're killing it sense. Some people don't brush their teeth either. And 2, if I do that before peeing, I'm gonna pee doing the push-ups. Oh, I'm old. Got me a sandwich. A woman recently graduated from Ranger School, first one with lower standards. That's terrible. That's not good. That will get people... yeah, no, absolutely. That will get people hurt. That will get people killed. That's not good. That's very bad. We should not be lowering standards for anyone, women or otherwise. There should be one standard held for everyone, and it should be the highest standard. Anyway, let's we can move on to another story here. Thank you guys again for hitting the like goal, by the way. Look at that. We're all the way at 16 now. War is not a game. No, it is not. And something I tell people all the time, because guys, I don't know how many of you know this, but movies aren't real. They're not real life. They're fake. So when you're watching a movie and someone punches someone and knocks them out, and then they're just out for however long they need to be out, that's not how that works. You don't knock someone out and then they're just, oh, they went to sleep, they'll wake up later. That's not how that works. You can't, oh, that guy has a gun, let me shoot his hand. No, that's not how that works. You're not going to be able to aim that well, first of all, especially if you're not someone who's trained. Second of all, knocking someone out could kill them. You could kill them or cause a serious brain damage. And if they're out for more than a few minutes, they're probably in a coma, not taking a nap. So, movies are ridiculous. I absolutely hate that about movies. If someone doesn't wake up in the first like 30 seconds, they have brain damage. Movies aren't real. But people see these movies, they see the way guns work in movies, they see people get knocked out, and they're like, oh, it's just like the movies. Bam! And they knock people out, and they go fight, and they think it's a game. It's stupid. Honestly, movies need to stop doing that. Really, they do. Because it's not... It doesn't teach people anything good. It really doesn't. All right, let's see. Let's talk about this, because this story is pretty wild. And I have it in the thumbnail today. See, let's refresh this. Pause that. Let's see. All right. Let's jump to this next story. What's up, Dr. Bangs? Hit the effing like, beta cuts. Thank you, Dr. Bangs. Conan the Barbarian inspired me to hit the gym and buy a sword. Hell yeah, I got a battle axe next to me. I need to sharpen it though. And I'm not pulling it out because it's keeping my window from letting more light in. My wife wants a sword on the wall of her book room. I mean, I have like machetes and stuff next to me. But anyway. I guess I could do an ad before I move to the next story, huh? Let's go to the ad reading room. Look, I'm in the ad reading room now, guys. What ad should I read for us today? What do we have? We have an NFL ad. Let's do NFL. I like the NFL ads. They pay good money. What's up, football fanatics? Are you ready for some primetime NFL action? Tune into Westwood One for all the gridiron glory you crave. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-changing plays. Don't miss a moment of the excitement. Catch every snap, every tackle, and every victory on Westwood One. You can listen to the NFL on the NFL app on the Westwood One Sports app, on westwoodonesports.com, via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. So you guys go check out Westwood One if you guys are cool with the NFL. If you guys like watching sports and stuff, this is my sports right here. But if I were interested, you know, this is the place to go. You go to Westwood One. You can check out the QR code there. Should have links in the bottom and all that good stuff. Check it out, guys. Anyway, this is my sports. This is my sports. Talking about news and stuff. This is my sports. Talking about politics. That's my game time right there. Not that this is a game to me. It's just that I find this stuff far more interesting than I find sports. I see sports as bread and circus, right? That's what the Romans used to call it. Give them bread and circus, and there'll never be an uprising. So as long as people are fed and have things to distract themselves with, we'll never take this country back. That's what I believe. As long as people have their NFL sports ball and all this other stuff to distract themselves with, we'll never win this country back. Anyway, we'll move on here. Guys, I moved my light. My light is now up here. It used to be right here in front of me. So much better. So much better. I'm not blinding myself staring over here, and I think the reflection of my glass is a little bit better. Now you only get one. Yeah, you only get a little bit right here. It's because I'm actually a cyborg. You guys didn't know this. I'm actually a cyborg. Oh, actually, I already ratted myself out. Football is my distraction from reality. It's much needed. Well, see, Bach, you say it's much needed, but why is it needed? Is it because you'd go and rise up against the government if you didn't have it? My point exactly. No. Anyway, speaking of crazy stuff, let's talk about this. Here, let's see. Let's talk about that story, and that story. Okay, so we'll talk about that one. I'll save this story for tomorrow. I'm gonna move some of these stories to tomorrow. Just so I have things to talk about. Is honestly, not gonna lie, it was kind of difficult to find news stories today. Though I did look last night, but still, it was a little difficult to find news stories. Interestingly enough, oh, this one's ridiculous. I kind of want to talk about that one too. I'll save this one for tomorrow. Man, there's a lot of stories I want to talk about. Let's see. I'll close that. I'll save that for tomorrow. We don't need to talk about that today. You guys could also look at the articles that I'm posting in my Discord. That one's ridiculous. I'll definitely talk about that tomorrow. Post Millennial put out some good articles. I want to make sure I talk about them when we have more time tomorrow. But there's other stories I want to talk about. I spent a lot longer on that Pete Hegseth story than I thought I would. See. Wait, what else do I have in my thumbnail? Okay. I want to make sure I cover the thumbnail stories at least, right, guys? I don't want to have things in the thumbnail and then not talk about them. That'd be kind of awkward. All right, there we go. Okay, so I think I have all the stories. We got about 5 stories to get through. Guys, make sure you hit that like button, all that good stuff. If you guys have something to add during the stories, look, it's hard for me to like stop and look at the chat during the stories. So if there's like something you just gotta get there, gotta add, gotta make me read it, send in a Rumble rant. I will pause mid-story, read the Rumble rant. Even if it's something unrelated, I'll still read it if you guys send me a Rumble rant. But to get my attention mid-story, obviously I try to read them after the stories. But mid-story, send in a Rumble rant, and you'll get my attention that way. Otherwise, I'll be a little too distracted. But with that, let's jump to the next story. Hey NFL, it's just circus. Now pay me. Yeah. Exactly. What's up, Dirt Diver? Hey, also, you can always add some diffusion to make the light easier to the face. No, I put it off to the side. It's a lot easier way up here. It's not blinding me anymore. And I'm still getting some good light. I might need to change the color on it, change the brightness, but I'm fine right now. I look like I'm in my dark newsroom. Perfect. It's perfect. Anyway. Anyway, all right. Let's jump to this next story. All right, guys. So EA got bought out by Saudi-backed, so the Saudis backed buyout. Look at this. Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, leads a $55 billion Saudi-backed buyout of EA Sports. EA Sports? Is it just EA Sports specifically, or the whole EA company? The deal, led by Ivanka, Trump's husband, Jared Kushner, is set to make shareholders $210 per individual share in the biggest leveraged buyout on record. So they're taking the company private. This is the EA Sports was once a public company, publicly traded. With this new deal, they're going to go private. So I don't know what that means. So yeah, no, it's Electronic Arts. They're just buying Electronic Arts, and this is right before Battlefield 6 is supposed to come out. Interesting. So Donald Trump's son-in-law is poised to lead a $55 billion deal backed by Saudi Arabia to buy Electronic Arts, according to multiple reports. The deal, led by Ivanka Trump's husband, Jared Kushner, is set to pay shareholders $210 per individual share, marking the largest leveraged buyout on record. The massive sale will involve Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, Jared Kushner's affinity partners, and Silver Lake. Electronic Arts has created some of the most famous video games in the world, including The Sims, Plants vs. Zombies, and Titanfall. It is also the owner of EA Sports, producing some of the gaming industry's biggest sports franchises, including, until recently, the FIFA series. Kushner, senior advisor to Donald Trump during his first administration, founded the investment firm Affinity Partners in 2021. The company frequently invests in America and Israeli companies. It receives a significant portion of its funding from the Saudi government. In November 2021, Forbes reported that the launching Affinity Partners had boosted Kushner's net worth to at least $900 million. See, I don't know if I don't like... Is it just, like... am I crazy to think that it's not good to have EA bought by the Saudis? Am I the only one thinking that? It's not good to have EA go private and bought by the Saudis? Like... Who owned EA before this? Who owned EA before? We'll find out in a second. The publication claimed that his net worth has increased by 180% since becoming senior advisor to Trump in 2024. The businessman says that he is excited about the sale of Electronic Arts. Electronic Arts is an extraordinary company with world-class management team and a bold vision for the future. I've admired their ability to create iconic, lasting experiences, and as someone who grew up playing their games and now enjoys them with his kids, I couldn't be more excited about what's ahead. The buyout is expected to close in 2027 during the first quarter of the financial year. Andrew Wilson, the brand's CEO, will remain in post after the sale goes through. Looking ahead, we will continue to push the boundaries of entertainment, sports, and technology, unlocking new opportunities. Together with our partners, we will create transformative experiences to inspire generations to come. I am more energized than ever about the future we are building. However, some gamers have expressed concerns about the future of their favorite franchises given the Saudis' kingdom's stance on minority rights. In Saudi Arabia, same-sex relationships are illegal and cannot be shown on TV, and movies, or in video games. In Sims 4, the Sims 4, but you can get banned if you make a gay sim, joked one unhappy gamer in a grim prediction of the future of the video game franchise. International human rights bodies have previously criticized the Saudi PIF, claiming it has benefited from rights abuses. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has consolidated political and economic power, including a chairman of Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF, a sovereign wealth fund that has facilitated and benefited from rights abuses. So yeah, I don't like this. This is the public fund of Saudi Arabia. That means this is going to be owned by the government of Saudi Arabia. Why? Is anyone okay with this? Is anyone okay with this? I'm not okay with this. Who owns Electronic Arts? Who owns Electronic Arts, huh? Let's see. It's a publicly traded company headquartered in Redwood City, California, and it is currently owned by a mix of institutional investors, retail investors, and insiders. As of the latest data, approximately 30% of EA stock is held by institutional investors, 12% by retail investors, 0.21% by insiders. Vanguard and Fiduciary Trust Company is the largest institutional shareholder, owning 10.92%, almost 11% of the company. Other major shareholders include the Public Investment Fund, BlackRock Advisors LLC, and State Street Corporation. So it looks like the Saudis already had almost 10% of the company. Public Investment Fund, that's the PIF from Saudi Arabia. So it looks like the Saudi Arabia already owned about 10% of the company, and now they're doing a full buyout. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I like that. I mean, look, we're talking about between BlackRock and like other investors and Saudi Arabia. I thought we were America first. I thought this whole MAGA movement was about being America first. What is America first about selling an American gaming company to Saudi Arabia. Like, look, I get it, Dirt Diver. It's kind of a garbage company at this point. However, they have made some of the greatest games ever. Titanfall being one of them, Battlefield being another. They have great games. Because they've made bad games, you can't discount their good games. They've made a lot of really great games, and this is an American company now being sold to Saudi Arabia. And they're taking it private, meaning they could do whatever they want with it. I don't like that. Saudi Arabia has diversified its investments in recent years in an effort to reduce its economy's dependence on oil sales. The country's vast oil and gas reserve account for 55% of its government's revenue and 22.3% of its total GDP. According to the IMF and Saudi Arabia's General Authority of Statistics. Meanwhile, Dar Global, an international real estate developer, has announced plans to launch a Trump Plaza in the Saudi city of Jeddah. The $1 billion investment will be the second collaboration between the Trump Organization and Dar Global after the construction of Trump Tower Jeddah. The Independent has contacted Jared Kushner, the Saudi government, and EA for comment. I'm assuming they have not gotten back to them yet. But I don't like this. And this is Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law, working to sell an American company to Saudi Arabia. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Look, I don't like BlackRock either, but I would rather them have a majority stake in this company. What do you guys think? They have a long history of being anti-consumer. I don't really have an emotional investment in them. SA might be the best of all the bad. I guess a week ago, EA lost now EA is lost territory. Yeah, literally. A week ago, EA's lost territory is lost. Now EA's lost territory. Kushner just sucks. Always has. He's not MAGA. Clearly. Very clearly. Guess you'll be able to hang people in this next soccer game. Yikes. Throw them off roofs and stuff, maybe. EA Sports is in the winds from east and the suns from the west. And the sand in the glass is right. Come on down. Stop on by. Hop a carpet and fly to another Arabian night. Man, can we get like a Grand Theft Auto version of Saudi Arabia made by Electronic Arts? That'd be pretty fire. And literally, you just throw people off roofs. I'm not gonna say what kind of people. You can guess who. And then there could be a mission about getting bombed by Israel. I mean, what? I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe there'll be some decent games that come out of this with a stricter enforcement behind it. I don't know. Well, we have a ton of people watching today. What's up? Did we get raided or something? No, we just got a ton of people stopping in today. What's up, guys? Hello, everybody. Appreciate you guys all stopping. I'd play that. Yeah, right, dude. I'd play that. That sounds fire. Honestly, sounds pretty fire. Let's see. Let's move on back to my desk here. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Well, I guess only time will tell if it'll take it in a better direction. I mean, like you guys are saying in the chat, EA already wasn't doing so hot. They have had good games in the past. I'm hopeful for Battlefield 6, but I don't know. They sold garbage at a premium and paid American investors. I guess that's the bright side of it, right? That's the bright side of it. Rageflower said we all vibin'. I see that. We've got 80 people in here now. What's up, everybody? Hello. Do I need to up the like goal? Is that what you guys want? Is that how I encourage you guys to hit the like button? Okay, wait. Well, never mind. I can't even do that apparently. Come on, open the thing. All right, let's bump it up to 30. I think we could hit 30 likes. What do you guys think? I think we could hit 30 likes. Boom, look at that. I think we could hit 30. What do you guys think? All right, I want to talk about this story because we have a lot of people here, and I think this is incredibly important for everybody to hear. And I'm not joking. This is a story that people should hear about because this was a this was a terrorist attack that was foiled. And it looks like it was linked to China, like I was talking about when I originally brought it up last week. It looks like this is linked to China. Now, the question is, what are we going to do about it? Thwarted plot to cripple cell service in New York was bigger than first thought, according to sources. The U.S. Secret Service discovered what they say was a China-linked plot. Now, if you don't know what happened here, last week during the United Nations, it was found by Secret Service during an investigation looking into credible threats against our sitting politicians. They found in an apartment or some building a bunch of cellular devices, a bunch of SIM cards and all kinds of stuff And it was enough to launch an attack that would have crippled the entire phone network, cellular network in New York City at a time when some of the world's most powerful people were there. This was absolutely not just a national security threat for us, but this was a national security threat for many different countries that we're visiting. This is a massive plot that was thwarted. So a thwarted plot to cripple the telecommunication systems in New York was bigger than investigators first realized, adding to the urgency of their search for answers, sources told ABC News. Federal agents discovered additional locations and more equipment as they worked to determine the ultimate goal of what the U.S. Secret Service said was a China-linked plot that could have crippled every cell tower in the nation's largest city, jammed 911 calls, and unleashed chaos on communication networks. If this attack had gone through, guys, you would not have been able to use your cell phone. What they would have done, it would have been a denial of service attack. It would have been DDoS, direct denial of service. What they would have done is flooded the phone networks to the point where you wouldn't be able to make calls. You wouldn't be able to use your phone. You need to call 911? Too bad. Phone's jammed up. That's what this would have done. Think about the absolute chaos that would have been enacted here. And obviously our government and our president would have back channels in order to have communications and stuff. But think about emergency services and law enforcement. This was an absolute threat on all of the entire city. And we had multiple officials from other countries visiting at this time. Agents from Homeland Security Investigations found an additional 200,000 SIM cards at a location in New Jersey, law enforcement sources told ABC News. That's double the 100,000 SIM cards, along with hundreds of servers that were recently seized at 5 other vacant offices and apartments in and around the city. We need to find who owns these offices and buildings. We need to find who was setting these things up, and they need to be held accountable. And like I said last time, if China was at all responsible for this, they're claiming this is a China-linked plot. This is a declaration of war. This is an act of war from China. If it's found that they did this, this is absolutely an act of war. This would have caused chaos in one of the world's largest cities. Investigators secured each of those locations, seized the electronics, and are now trying to track down who rented the spaces and filled them with shelves full of gear capable of sending 30 million anonymous text messages every minute, overloading communications and blacking out cellular services in a city that relies on it for emergency responses and counterterrorism. Not just phone calls. They're saying that this would have knocked out the ability to send text messages. It would have overwhelmed the cell towers to the point you couldn't text someone. The potential threat these data centers pose to the public could include shutting down critical resources that the public needs, like 911 systems, or potentially impacting the public's ability to communicate everything, including business transactions, said Don Malek, on ABC News contributor who was formerly with the Secret Service. According to sources, the investigation began after several high-level people, including at least one with direct access to President Donald Trump, were targeted not only by swatters, but also with actual threats received on their private phones. Authorities have so far made no arrest on this. This is scary, guys. What other cities may have something like that? Like, if they're doing this in New York, are they doing this in other cities? That would be my next question. Are they doing this in other cities? And what is our government doing to stop things like this? If this is a China-linked plot, I'm sorry, I think we need to remove every Chinese citizen from the country until we get a handle on this. Every single Chinese citizen needs to be removed from the country. Every illegal immigrant needs to be removed from the country. We need to secure our cities and we need to secure our borders. If people are coming in our country and trying to launch attacks such as this, especially at such a pivotal moment when the United Nations has all these world leaders visiting, that's dangerous. That's an act of war. This could have, you can make all the assumptions you want. This could have seriously impacted the city. This could have caused mayhem and chaos if people weren't able to send phone calls and text messages or complete business transactions. That's absolutely dangerous. I'm glad that it was foiled, but now I'm worried to think that this might be going on in other places like, I don't know, Los Angeles. This might be going on in other places like San Francisco. What other cities have issues like this that they're not telling us about? That's what worries me, guys. Every city and every state is at risk. And the only way we fix that, right, is if we remove the threat. I'm fine with Chinese Americans. You mean like citizens of China within the U.S.? I mean like people with visas that are here from China. Not talking about people that are American citizens. American citizens, they need to have a reason to have their citizenship revoked and sent back to China. If they're already American citizens, they need to have due process and all that good stuff that we all have afforded to us. But I'm talking about Chinese people from China that are Chinese citizens here on visas, here to work, here to vacation, whatever. Remove them. Remove them until we get a handle on this. If this is something that China put together, we need to remove everybody from China. We just need to get them out of the country until we can get a handle on things. Reminds me of the trusty 1775 cell phone. Get yours today. It's just a dude on a horse yelling. Or our newest model, a dude on a horse with a piece of paper. Enjoy cell service at 1 horsepower. Buy now. Hell yeah, based. Anyway, yeah, we'll move on here, guys. But yeah, that's what I think. That's just my opinion on it. Obviously, I'm not in control of policy or anything, but I think we need to remove all the Chinese citizens that are here on visas and work visas and stuff until we can figure out what exactly happened here. Because if China is sending in their citizens to act as military and create acts of war, I'm fine with that as well, Mighty Pete. I'm fine with that as well. You guys could read what he said right up there. You could read what he said. I'm also fine with that, Mighty Pete. But anyway, let's move things along here. I got some other stories that we want to talk about today. Let's see. Guys, we're 10 away. 10 away from the like goal. Hit the like button. We got about 90 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's see. What did I title the stream today? Oh yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about this tomorrow when it actually happens because I don't really care about this right now. My back is killing me, guys. Killing me. My back hurts quite a bit right now. I'm just trying to ignore it. Let's talk about all right, yeah, we'll go to this one next. This one's crazy. This is a crazy story. Good on you, Florida. I like the good Florida stories. I don't know about you guys. I like the good Florida stories. We got this from Fox News. Looks like a drug task force seized record-breaking 1 million pounds of cocaine. They seized 1 million pounds of cocaine, denying cartels and narco-terrorists $11 billion in revenue. 1 million pounds of cocaine is enough to fill about 42 dump trucks. Wow. So it looks like this is an exclusive from Fox News. A Florida-based multi-agency task force has seized a record 1 million pounds of cocaine during the fiscal year of 2025. A Hall officials say represents 378 million lethal doses, which is enough to kill every American in the United States right now. That's how much they seized just this year. This is an act of war, guys. This is an act of war on our citizenry. This is an act of war by the cartels. This is why I'm absolutely fine with the way Donald Trump has been handling this. We're talking about striking cartels in Venezuela now. I'm all for it. I'm here for it. This is an act of war. 378 million lethal doses just this year. Just this year is how much they seized. That's an act of war. You're actively poisoning our citizenry. The seizure was announced by Joint Interagency Task Force South JIATF-S, led by U.S. Southern Command Southcom. The unit, which includes the U.S. Coast Guard, works with partner nations to disrupt the flow of illicit drugs through the transit zone between South America, Central America, and the Caribbean. And just side note here, guys, it is not the Caribbean. Stop saying the Caribbean. All you people saying it's the Caribbean. It's not. It's the Caribbean. Anyway, and to weaken transnational criminal organizations. According to the task force, the amount of drugs seized over the past 12 months is enough to fill 42 dump trucks. The 2025 fiscal year ends on Tuesday. JIATF-S confirmed to Fox News Digital that the effort has denied cartels and narco-terrorists $11.33 billion in revenue and removed 377.9 million lethal doses from the streets. Looks like the task force operates across 42 million square miles from the East Pacific to the Western Atlantic, stretching from international waters north of the Caribbean Antilles to the southern tip of South America at Cape Horn. The region has long been a major trafficking corridor for drugs, arms, cash, and people. Well-financed and sophisticated criminals networks continue to exploit the area, officials said. By disrupting the flow of these deadly drugs, the task force is saving lives and protecting our homeland. Absolutely. Good on these guys. Absolutely amazing job. I'm glad to see our government actually doing the work that needs to be done. It's not often that you gotta praise the government where they do good, right? This is good on our government. I'm glad to see they do some things right sometimes. Good. Now start bombing the people making it. That's the next step. It's not enough to stop the flow. You got to stop the creation. Stop the people producing this. A seizure of this magnitude has never been accomplished before, officials said. The 1 million pounds of cocaine does not include the strikes on Venezuelan narco-terrorists. The Trump administration has vowed to intensify military action in the Caribbean as part of its counter-narcotics strategy. In recent months, U.S. forces have conducted multiple operations targeting smuggling vessels as President Donald Trump pushed to crack down on cartels and stem the flow of cocaine and other illicit drugs into the United States. In February, Trump designated groups including Tren de Agra and the Sinaloan cartel as foreign terrorist organizations. Excuse me. The Justice Department has also offered a $50 million reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Maduro is accused by U.S. authorities of helping lead the Cartel of the Suns, a Venezuelan drug trafficking network allegedly comprised of senior government and military officials. Even beyond that, guys, he as the leader of his country has a duty and responsibility to crack down on these cartels as well, and he doesn't. He actually works with them. So yes, he is the head of multiple terrorist organizations in Venezuela. As he gained power in Venezuela, Maduro participated in a corrupt and violent narco-terrorism conspiracy with the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, or also known as FARC, a designated foreign terrorist organization, a State Department bulletin states. Prosecutors allege that Maduro helped arrange multi-ton shipments of FARC-produced cocaine and directed the Cartel of the Suns to provide the group with military-grade weapons. In August, Trump approved the deployment of several U.S. Navy-guided missile destroyers to strengthen counter-narcotic operations in the Caribbean. Maduro responded by declaring that Venezuela was ready to resist any attacks, calling the move an extravagant, unjustifiable, immoral, and absolutely criminal and bloody threat. He has accused Trump of orchestrating a broader campaign to overthrow his government. Fox News Digital Diana Stacey contributed to the report. Even if he was plotting to overthrow your government, you should be overthrown, you son of a bitch. You work for the cartels, and you worked for a designated terrorist organization. You're a terroristic government working to poison our people. Screw you, and screw everyone that works for you. That's what I think. That's my opinion on this. I snorted my allotment, as they say. Okay, bye-bye, YouTube. Adventure Papa, he said duty. I did say duty. Cocaine will go up a big time. Well, that's why you don't do cocaine. I know when... wait, my tweaker as neighbor cooking meth is so effed. Yeah. 1 year, they seized 90 tons in one warehouse in Phoenix. That's insane. Lethal dose depends on many factors, purity, tolerance, etc. Yes, as with many things, but they're just going to take the average. They're going to take the average lethal dose and use it as the blanket statement. Of course, as with most things in life, it varies person to person. Cocaine is the only drug you'll ever need. Yeah, I mean, they should put... Look, guys, I'm just going to show this because I got another one. My family, I like to collect Coca-Cola products, and I advocate that they put the cocaine back in Coca-Cola. But look, I got the Coca-Cola Labubus. My family bought me these. I collect the Coca-Cola stuff, so I was fine getting them. I'm fine getting them. I've got a bunch of Coca-Cola stuff around the room, which is kind of ironic because I don't even drink Coca-Cola really. I drink Pepsi. I collect Coca-Cola stuff, but I like drinking Pepsi. Don't question me. Maybe I'll drink Coca-Cola again if they put the cocaine back in it. Wasn't cocaine in Coca-Cola at one point? Yes, it was. That's what I'm saying. They should put the cocaine back in. They should put the cocaine back in the Coca-Cola. Absolutely, they should. They need to. Let's go. All right, let's go back to my desk, and we'll start to wrap up with this last story here, guys. I know a rich old oil tycoon. He still snorts it. He's in his 70s, and you'd never know. Well, I mean, you know, some people you would just never know. I mean, a lot of people are surprised to find out that I used to smoke marijuana every day. Um, I don't know why that's surprising to some people, but you know, cocaine is still wildly popular in affluent areas too. Of course, uh, gotta keep them guessing. Gotta keep them guessing. Yeah, guys, I collect Coca-Cola stuff, but I drink Pepsi. Gotta keep them guessing. Gotta keep them guessing. Anyway, I think you know who's really guessing. I'll tell you who's guessing. It's freaking NASA, man. Oh, why is this not working? Hang on. Let's see. Let's see. I have my last story, and now Fox is giving me the business. Let's see. I'll just pull up another story. Screw you. Screw you to Fox News. I will just pull up a different story. I don't need to pay for your bull crap. Let's do in the past week. Stories do we have in the past week? Uh, do, do, do. Is it this one? I think it's this one. All right, so let's see. I think it's this story, right? So for some reason, there's a lot of places like clickbaiting this. I'm trying to find. That's another weird story. Let's see. Aliens on their way to Earth. Look, there's a story about aliens, all right? I'm trying to pull up the alien story. Let's see. Come on. Nope. That's not what I wanted. Man, what? I don't see the story now. That's ridiculous. NASA, like it's actually from NASA saying NASA says aliens are on their way. Let's see. I'm not seeing it. NASA wait. Okay, nope. Nope. Okay, I'm not seeing the story now. That doesn't make sense. Well, why did Fox News have to give me the business? BS. Here, let's go to Yahoo News. Maybe Yahoo News will give it to me. Guys, bear with me here. Bear with me here. No, Yahoo News. Yahoo News, not just Yahoo. Yahoo News. Let's go. NASA. Aliens. Do. Let's see. Are we? Nope. 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 Where is the story? I used to get acid reflux bad. I stopped drinking Diet Coke and haven't had it since. Well, there you go. Let's see. Okay, well, I wish I could just pull up the article from Fox on this. Let's see. Guys, how do you pull up articles from see. How do you guys pull up articles from somewhere when they got see. Can I pull this one up now? Is it gonna load for me? No. All right. Do I put it in the Wayback Machine? Wayback Machine, is that how you do it? I'm gonna try that. Let's do the Wayback Machine because I wanted to read this article and now it's telling me I have to pay for it, which is BS. Why would I pay for an article that you were just giving to me for free? That doesn't make sense. Let's see. Yeah, let's go back to here. Sure. Let's look at the snapshot. Come on, load Wayback Machine. Damn it, people. The Earth is shaped like a hot dog. Stop listening to Big Sphere. No, it's actually egg-shaped. It's actually egg-shaped. Probably was the sample. It was like a sample. Yeah. But I'm trying to get it to load on. Look, this is the last story I wanted to cover, all right? This is the last friggin' story I wanted to cover, and it's giving me the business. What if I take this and put it into Yahoo? Because now the Wayback Machine doesn't want to load. Oh, damn it. Okay, what if I'm gonna figure this out for you guys. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna figure this out, all right? Oh, wait. Does AOL have it? Oh, okay. Wait, no. We got it from New York Post. Okay, yeah, okay. All right, screw you, Fox News. Again, New York Post with the W, because New York Post is the single best news outlet. Not to say that they get everything perfect or right every time. Tyler's AI is working for Big Sphere. No, I'm not. No. Hey. No. BS. Earth is shaped like a hot dog in the center of a donut. What? Okay, anyway. Let's see. Alien. Yeah, I need an alien emote. Oh, wait, yeah, why don't I have alien emote? I need an alien emote. Look, I'm gonna have to do the shrug, because I don't know why I have no alien emote. Shrug. Do the shrug. All right. Last story, guys. Last story. And then after the last story, I have a brand new song that I wrote the lyrics to and I brought to life using Suno, much like my Work Harder song. You know, I have a bunch of AI songs that I play for you guys at the start and the end of the show. But one of the songs that I have is called Work Harder, and I actually wrote the lyrics to that song and I brought it to life using Suno. So Suno did not write the lyrics. It did not create the lyrics. The AI did not create the lyrics. It only sang them for me and created the beat behind it. Because I am not musically talented, so I'm good with words. I'm not good with music. So I use Suno to bring my music to life. And I have another song that I wrote for you guys that I think is pretty catchy. So I will play that at the end today, and then of course you guys can check it out on my YouTube and Rumble as well. Really good song. Just a little bit of a teaser for you guys. It is called Happiness Will Make Them Smile. That's what it's called. Happiness Will Make Them Smile. Anyway, so we'll play that. It only did 95% of the work. It only did 95% of the work. Exactly. It only did 95% of the work. I did the cool stuff, okay? I did the cool stuff. I wrote the lyrics. I was the cool stuff. All right, let's talk about aliens. Talk about aliens. We got this from the New York Post. Massive comet hurtling toward us is larger than previously thought, and it could be alien tech, according to NASA scientists, and it could change everything for us. So, again, we're talking about the comet that is coming from outside of our galaxy, outside of our solar system. Apparently, this is the third ever recorded object to pass through our solar system from coming from outside our solar system. So this does not originate anywhere near us. This came from way out into space. And they've been looking at it with it says we're gonna need a bigger telescope. Scientists have discovered that the 31/Atlas, a Manhattan-sized interstellar object that potentially has alien tech, is much larger than previously thought, according to a new report. First discovered by NASA on July 1st, the cosmic anomaly has been under watch by Harvard and astrophysicist Avi Loeb and his team as it shoots across the solar system. The object, which is let's get rid of this. The object, which is believed to be a comet, reportedly has interstellar origins, making it the third ever object from beyond the solar system ever detected after the Oumuamua, which was discovered in 2017, and 21/Borisov in 2019. In 2017 and 2019. So we've only discovered these objects recently, traveling from outside our solar system. Now the team has gleaned some sizable new intel on the interstellar visitor, namely that the mass of the 31/Atlas must be bigger than 33 billion tons, per a blog post by Loeb. They arrived at this number by calculating the object's trajectory to find that the Atlas's gravitational acceleration is smaller than 49 feet per day squared. Interesting. This was then compared to how much mass it was shedding via gases and dust particles to determine the size. Loeb and co. also found that the diameter of its solid density nucleus must be larger than 3.1 miles, the upper limit of current projections that are based on observations by the Hubble Space Telescope. This comet is 3.1 miles long? Holy crap! This makes it larger than 3 to 5 orders of magnitude more massive than its predecessors, the previously discovered comets that had passed through. Loeb is particularly fascinated by Atlas's rarity, which is akin to a needle in an intergalactic haystack. Given that the limited reservoir of heavy elements, we should have discovered on the order of 100,000 interstellar objects on the 0.1 kilometer scale of the comets before Atlas. yet we only detected 2 interstellar objects previously. So this is only the third, and we've only just started discovering these recently. Thankfully, despite rocketing toward home base, Atlas poses no threat to Earth. However, its anomalous trajectory will bring it suspiciously close to Jupiter, Venus, and Mars, with the entity passing within 1.67 million miles of Mars's orbit around the sun over the weekend. So, I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but in terms of space, that is not very far. That's quite close in terms of space. More controversially, Loeb and his team believe that the celestial passerby, which is comprised mostly of carbon dioxide, could potentially be an alien probe that was sent to conduct reconnaissance on Earth, possibly with hostile intentions. What leads them? Look, I brought this up just because it's a funny story. How do you go from, oh, this traveled from outside the solar system, looks like a comet, pretty big, aliens. It's a reconnaissance vehicle from aliens. This just sounds like something Joey and I would come up with on our True's News thing that we're going to be doing this Friday. True's News, guys. Well, if you actually take a moment to look at the interstellar object that flew from outer space, it came from outside our solar system. And the only explainable possibility, really, if you actually think about it and put the pieces together, is it's aliens. There's no other explanation for this. These objects are so incredibly rare that, you look at the composition of the comet, the only thing that makes sense with it, how close it's moving from Jupiter to Mars and Venus, it's aliens, guys. It's an alien reconnaissance vehicle, and if they're here to conduct reconnaissance on Earth, it's clearly with hostile intentions. We need to be prepared for this. Like, it sounds like something Joey and I would make up on our frickin' True's News. Like, it's ridiculous. The hypothesis in question is that Atlas is a technological artifact and furthermore has active intelligence. If this is the case, then 2 possibilities follow. This is according to Dr. Loeb, Adam Droll, and Adam Hyberd. They wrote in a paper published on July 17th, first, that its intentions are entirely benign, and second, they are malign, meaning that they have malicious intent. They felt that it could be a spacecraft based on several pieces of evidence. So let's hear their evidence for why it might be a spacecraft. It's a reconnaissance vehicle. So, namely, its non-gravitational acceleration and its unusual approach to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, which the paper postulated could be key target planets. Sure, they could be target planets to set up base camp if you're going to invade Earth. Sure, but namely, its non-gravitational acceleration. You mean it's an object flying through space? It's a rock flying through space. Yes, it's not gonna have non-gravitational acceleration. It got flung out into space. What do you expect? According to this, it also says that Atlas has a low retrograde tilt, spinning in the opposite direction of the solar system's other bodies. It would seemingly allow it to access our planet with relative impunity. Loeb further suggests that the tilt and pathway will allow the intelligent life on the object to gather astrometric measurements to determine the orbit and masses of the solar system planets, allowing it to prepare an optimal approach strategy to the solar system. You have to make so many leaps. There are so many leaps being taken to say that this is an alien spacecraft. Like, holy crap. You guys are so bored looking at rocks flying through space that you're just like, oh, that one's different. It's aliens. Am I the only one? Am I going crazy here, guys? Like, this is... This absolutely sounds like something Joey and I would come up on True's News. Send money. send money to the asteroid, yeah. Incoming bugs, alert the hell divers. Yeah, I know, shit, right? Yeah, that's what's actually on this spacecraft, guys. It's the Terminids. This is the start of the first intergalactic war. This is how the honeybees go extinct after the first intergalactic war. No, get the best oil rig drillers on Earth, put them in a spaceship, and let them handle the business. Yeah, I think we need to catch the comet. We need to find a way to capture the comet, right? We need to, like, send stuff onto it to slow it down, like, propel it in the opposite direction that it's facing, slow it down, stop it in space, and then bring it to Earth. Fuck it, crash it into the moon. Fuck it, crash it into the moon. That's what I think. That'd be lit. Absolutely. Guys, think about that. Nice, brisk evening, and we're like, all right, prepare for impact, and then we're just looking up at the moon, and then we just watch this 3-mile comet slam into the moon, and then they're like, all right, sending sending teams up now to gather resources, and then like turns out it's just a bunch of minerals and stuff that we could use. That'd be great. Let's do it. Support on the GoFundMe. Guys, send money to Tyler Today News. You can direct your funds into the Rumble Rant section. We will stop this comment, and we will all be better for it, because we will make all of the money from this comment. You will get your investment back. I promise you. I think we need cable to the moon. So when put it in a trams way, what are you talking about? Bruce Willis will know what to do. Catch him on a good day, though. Don't Bruce. I have to mention that. Yeah, Bruce. Bruce. That's sad what's happening to Bruce Willis, man. But yeah, Bruce Willis. He's the only one that could have done it, and we're losing him. It's unfortunate. So, you always lose people. You always lose the greats. Anywho, guys. Let's start to wrap things up here. We went for a good little while today. We went for a good little while. I'm gonna end the show on my new song. We should also find someone to raid out to. Who is streaming today? Let's see. Who is streaming today? We got Thoughtcast, of course. Soundboard Lord. The Charlie Kirk Show is streaming right now. I want to find maybe we find someone new to stream too, huh? Let's help me look for someone, guys. Let's see. All right, here. Let's do this first. The playlist. Full playlist. All right. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping things up, guys. Help me look for someone to raid out to. Let's find someone. Who should we raid out to? This is not what I wanted. I wanted this. Let's go to news. Let's see. Russell Brand is live. Charlie Kirk. Alex Jones. I don't know who Vince is. Let's see. Can we go to a smaller channel? I want to do a smaller channel. Let's see. PBS. Spooky News? Ooh, what's going on with Spooky News? Fox Nation? What's going on here? What? Whoa. Spooky TV channel. Wait, what?
America is
there.
streaming.
We all have that list of.
Is this like a what? I'm okay. I think that's like a rerun. That's weird. Who should I raid out to, guys? Any suggestions here? Oh, look, here I am. Live news now. His Glory. You're not live. Don't lie to me. Fox News Live. Fox News. Why is everyone streaming Fox News right now? All right, whatever. We're just gonna raid the Thoughtcast. I always know Thoughtcast puts on a good show. He's always got a good show for you guys.
We have a massive problem in the kids' entertainment cartoon industry.
Oh,
Netflix bullshit.
what are they talking about?
Look at this. Then we're gonna show you who created it.
It's not the park. It's me. I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like a whole new place. I can just be Barney, and I can choose if and when I tell people. I've never been happier. And that's saying something when I spent today chased by terrifying zombie mascots. Pugsley reminded me how important it is to live your life without apology.
Of course, the tranny would name the pug Pugsley.
What the fuck?
Fucking amateur.
So,
Hard
I think I
Apocalypse
gotta give
Tuesday?
women
What is
that
that one,
shot,
Shitty
don't
Gov?
You don't need my permission. I just wouldn't want Courtney as a roommate.
We'll be the best of friends.
Of course, you're gonna go live with a demon, and your ally is thrilled for you.
Wow. Yeah, so this is supposed to be a kid's show, and they're talking about trans stuff and living with demons. Amazing.
If everything goes right, he will only be $50
Oh, who's this?
lighter
Hard
on
Apocalypse
Friday.
Tuesday.
Well, let me see if I can find that.
Really?
It's
I haven't
only
rated
a
out to these guys
couple
before.
minutes longer,
Well,
seconds
guys, go
longer.
support Thoughtcast if you want to go and check him out.
Really?
Thoughtcast is always good. He's a good guy.
He cut a deal.
But I think we're gonna raid out. I do want to raid to someone new, so let's raid out to these guys.
Where those people get upset about it, you
Here,
start
I'll raid out to
the.
the. Thank you, Shitty Guy. We'll raid out to these guys. This looks funny. I like their little
That
potato.
seems like a valid. That doesn't seem anti.
All right. So we'll raid out to these guys. But of course, I'm going to end the show with the song, like I promised you guys. So this is another song that I wrote the lyrics to and brought to life with Suno. It is called Happiness Will Make Them Smile. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in today. And man, we got a lot of support today. We had like over 90 people watching at one point. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And that's without a raid. That's without a raid. So I love you guys, and I will see all of you. I'm definitely gonna play some video games today, so I will see all of you guys later today. We'll probably play the Gravedigger because we're leading into Spooky Month. We'll play a horror game. And anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in, and enjoy the song. Later, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna be reading the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the song. Anyway, bye.
Happy, happy, yeah, yeah. Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Your happiness will make them smile. Stay out of the now, they're gonna turn up the dial. Their smile truly is quite wild. They smile while you smile. Their gold comes with a toll. Your happiness makes them smile. Trying to gain through pain the things you've made by making a trade. Your happiness for theirs, which will it be? Happiness is something they don't have. Emptiness is what they grab. Pursue happiness, it will be met with nastiness. While they pursue your demise, that's the true prize. Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Your happiness will make them smile. Please stay out of the now. They want your happiness, they don't like this shit. Better not dare, as they tell you life's not fair. Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Happiness is something they don't have. Emptiness is what they grab. Pursue happiness, it will be met with nastiness. While they pursue your demise, that's their true prize. Pursue happiness, it's long overdue. Like frogs boiling in a pot, they come for you. Pull you down to the depths as your smile turns to a frown. Your happiness really did make them smile, even if it was just for a little while.